Usually Brad does this bit. Hello.
I was going to see which one of you had the balls to step up. So well done, Josh. Well done, mate. Say something. We are
Thank
back
you.
post draft pod. All the lads on here, and we have an extra guest here. We can see this beautiful man in the corner on my screen anyway. Oh, and Alana's arm.
And
Yeah.
Alana. She's gone now.
Introduce yourself, please, sir.
It's Tom. You probably met me.
He's been in the league longer than I have.
I've been in the league longer than most people have. I've been in the league long enough for to consider myself like an early foundation member, but not long enough to have been in the league when it was named after a slur. So I think I've got perfect like amount
Your
of time.
post-problematic league name.
Yeah,
You must have FIFA trophies then, yeah?
I do. Plenty of H&T bowls floating around.
Yeah.
In fact, I think I still hold the record for the most at this point.
If it's more than one, which it is.
I think it's three. I think it's actually three. So,
Oh, me and you were tied then. Fuck.
fuck yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. We love it, Tommy.
Hey, thanks for having me on, boys.
No, it's good. Just a quick question, boys. How we doing, huh? How we doing?
Good.
Man, I want to ask you that question because you're the one that's making moves. I think you've changed your team like 3 times since draft.
Yeah, look, bit of autism on the bit of Ryan on the waivers, dropping someone or picking someone up and dropping someone a day later. But look, that
Is
happens.
that what it's called now?
We only have
Autism.
we only have three bench spots,
Fucking
so it
hell.
makes it hard. No, it's exciting. Obviously we have a bit more of a wait till actual football starts, and I just got bored staring at the same screen and wanted to change shit up.
Can I say that this is the most underwhelming time from when I've drafted
Yeah.
to when games are started? I actually don't know what to do. Don't know what to. I haven't even been on Sleeper since I've entered the draft.
Yeah.
Like all the draft results tonight, purely
The
because
worst
I
part
know
is
that
they're
I'm going to
still
do a
playing
draft.
these dumb
gonna do a
bullshit
draft.
preseason
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
And I keep tuning in and I'm like, well, if I tune in for the first 5 minutes, at least I'll see somebody throw a pass that I know. And it's like, nah, resting all the starters. Like, why do they even have them? It doesn't make any sense.
All I know is I'm not playing footy Saturday, and it'd be a great weekend to draft. You know, be a great
Oh.
weekend to draft.
I'm actually thinking about this as well. That would be wonderful. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, end of August, start of September,
Oh.
less than 7 days till see the stars. Just great.
Feels like we're already getting into a bit of draft chat.
Yes. Let's not start riffing too much, Josh. Do you want to take us away?
Yeah, so let's hit the agenda. Obviously, I'm an organized man, so here is the agenda for today.
Brendan.
We are going to start by rating the great man's draft. Obviously, Kobe had the pleasure of hosting us. What, 2 Saturdays ago now?
Yeah, about 15 years ago.
He's actually aged a year since we last saw him, which is like no word of a lie.
I see what you've done.
And happy birthday, Droffo, if you're watching this.
Yeah, well done, Dropper. Well done, mate.
Dropper.
Kobe's draft was so long ago, Adrian Peterson was still the first pick.
What'd you boys think of the night? Obviously, we all crammed into Kobe's backyard, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yes, I did like the selection of food he catered for. Like, he got a lot of money and he spent it well. Bought a lot of drinks. Everybody got a lot of food sorted. That's probably the main sort of, other than the drafting. You got to make sure everyone's fed and served. So
in saying that,
that,
he did not bring the best food or the best best thing of the whole food selections. It was still Jay Stew, even though it ruined his costume. It was still Jay Stew.
Yeah, that's one for the pod listeners, pod watchers. Really,
I'm still sipping. What 16 people didn't know what was happening. So
nah, Tommy was all over it.
Yeah,
Can I ask, what did you guys think about the single draft activity to determine draft order?
Well, made it go quicker.
Yeah.
I was into it. I thought
I actually didn't mind it.
Let's just separate the wheat from the chaff, and high pressure, high reward. Like,
I like the game as well. So we haven't done that. I've actually never played that type of.
No, me neither.
Neither. Very happy with that. Very happy with that.
I think it's also this is the first year we've had like a proper non-drinker in the league in Cali. So I think it was nice that it wasn't like all built on how fucked up you're getting.
Yeah.
Although that is fun. That is fun watching someone normally like a Pat or a Braff or I don't know. Tim normally is good at it, that they end up being fucked and then they struggle and then they blame it on the alcohol. Whereas no one has that excuse this year.
Yeah,
So we can just rip them for the bad drafting that they're doing.
exactly. It's
Yeah,
all
you
down
can
to
rip
their
him for being an
personality
Eagles
flaws.
fan.
Yeah.
I don't know at what point it was during the draft night, but maybe like 6, 7 rounds through the night, I was just having little conference chats with Tommy. Whenever there was a can left on the little balustrade of the deck, I'm like, do you know who this is? He would go, no, I don't know. I'll give it a minute. If it's still here, I'm gonna punch it. That's kind of the mindset of where I was at.
Is
Just
that
And you know what?
And that's
I
why
really
you're the
liked-
real hero, Brad. And
I
that's-
really like that you decided to cover the backyard in drinks by punching them off the balcony, and also covering the backyard in drinks by vomiting them up.
yes.
Yeah,
on the fence.
I will admit, we had to go to Kobe's afterwards, and he was not home or anything like that, just to go pick up our eskies and stuff.
Do you?
And I will tell you right now, there had not been one thing cleaned up, not a single thing.
That's grim.
Like
Mm.
it did
Sorry,
not
Kobe.
look. It did not look good, and I feel like it was
Yeah.
all Braff's doing.
Oh,
And
a
Brad,
little
like,
bit.
it's funny you did that, Brad, after you broke the glass and like before we even started
the
drafting.
stingray, yeah, the stingray, yeah.
Oh,
that
fuck.
was
And
a
then you
lot.
were like, "Hey, this gives me a good idea. I'm just gonna keep doing this all night."
Well, it wasn't glass. I wasn't going to punch a glass. It was just aluminium.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
instead you just kicked Kobe,
And then
Did you guys have a?
and then you
have
kicked
a-
me.
Did you have a best dressed on the night?
I hate to say it, but I did, and mine was Braff being the stingray.
Yeah.
I don't think you can go past that. That's so good.
I was fucking committed.
Like, Aussie icon, the stingray. Yeah,
For
That
me,
was-
the best dressed is purely because it wasn't just the outfit; it was the commitment to the bit. As Jack Williams as Rhaegar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Special shout
I-
out to Jack.
I really enjoy the fact that he still thinks that makes up for him not doing the punishment, as though we're not going to hold him to still doing the punishment as well.
Doesn't.
Because like,
I thought that was
he's
just
Yeah,
a
I was-
proud of
teaser.
it. He
I was
thinks
thought it was a
curious
teaser.
where that
Fucking clear.
came from, where he said this will make up for my punishment, and I was like, I don't remember voting on this.
Yeah.
No.
No, would have thought the same. Would have
Yeah.
thought the same. I'm
Yeah.
happy for him to go. Your likes that you went from what you posted, Josh. I'm happy for that to account to
Still got
what he needs to
10,000.
get to.
Yeah, should
Still
we
got a while to go.
should we do a check-in?
Yeah,
We
still got
should.
It's been pretty
10,000.
We should.
quiet lately, actually.
First like 48 hours was
But-
hot. Then
Oh,
he's got a way to go.
So we're looking at 2,300
Oh, okay.
views,
views.
1,157 likes.
It was like 1,142 the next day. Like,
Yeah,
it was
so-
fucking
Yep.
high.
it was
Slow down.
hot. It was hot. I honestly thought he was a chance of doing it on one video, being Jay Stew's video.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of those likes count because that's
Yeah,
Jack
They
Stew's
shouldn't, to be
account.
honest.
What's-
I don't think they should count because I brought 1,000 of them on the dark web. So just to see him sweat.
To chime in on what you were saying, I think my best dressed. He was there early, and when I saw him, he didn't have his full costume on. But Zave, wearing his red jumpsuit, grey
That
shirt,
was
just
good,
stood up and go,
yeah.
"What are you fucking supposed to be?"
Yeah.
Then he picked up his stick, and I went, "Oh, it's Blinky Bill."
It was the bindle, right? Like the bindle just really sold it.
Yeah,
Really
it-
tied everything together.
Nailed it. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
I
he did
think
well.
for mine, it had to be branded.
Yeah,
Just like
it
the whole
rolls into the next
story.
segment. Yeah,
It rolls, does it?
Yeah.
It's funny
Yeah.
you mentioned that.
To
But
a
I
stop,
think,
though,
like,
to a stop.
Him rocking up
into a
an
tree.
hour and a half late in
The
the boot,
wheel,
in the
the
jacket.
wheel.
Shut up, Matt.
Anyway, Sheepers, you now Wheelsy, as known affectionately on the
Wheelsy.
pod.
Well done,
But it was
Wheezy.
great to see you, and I'm glad everyone is safe. I really hope you take
Yeah.
the tie fitters to the cleaners, because like surely something needs to happen.
I did like the boot though. I did
I
like
really
Yeah,
the
like
that was
the
boot.
great.
boot.
That was
I really,
genuinely
Yeah.
like
good.
Imagine standing on the side of the road wearing a boot like he was. Oh shit. Not bad.
We should find that wheel and make it like the
new
new
trophy.
knapsack trophy. Yeah.
Oh, that would have been unreal.
All right,
Sacco.
fellas. I think it's probably time to go.
Sorry,
team
quickly
by
before we
team.
move on, is there room for like a complaints section about
Oh,
draft
please.
night? 'Cause
Yeah.
have
I'd love to
complaints
hear it.
make.
Yep. I'd love.
All right,
I'd love
I
to
was
hear
too
some
nice, actually.
Yeah,
People
no,
have
I've,
said this
I've,
about
I've
me.
a pretty solid complaint to make. To clarify, it's not against Kobe. I think Kobe did a bang up job, and I had a really great night. My complaint is, and look, admittedly, I want to take a little bit of responsibility for this, as I was there at the AGM, and therefore my vote contributed to this. But in his first draft as league media officer, Josh Stewart did a fucking shithouse job because I seem to recall the last couple of years we've had a video, we've had a camera diary from Brad in that position. What does Josh do? Fuck all.
I got voted out.
Okay, I'll cop that.
Yeah,
Brad
where's the
also.
multimedia?
Well, you could be fucked doing it.
You couldn't even get fucking Foxtel working.
I could get Foxtel working. What are you talking about? I was just deciding what to watch. Whether
Yeah,
it was
you're like, oh, let's put on a movie. It's like, put a
yeah,
headset
because
on.
movie's funny.
Let's put on Naked Attraction.
Yeah, exactly. Brad gets me. I've got no rebuttal to that. Brad was
That's
supposed to
my
bring
only
his
complaint.
camera, but he lost the charger.
No, didn't lose charger. Battery dead.
Okay. He found the charger. The charger doesn't work. Cool.
You two need to get it together. You two need to get it together.
Hey, I'm not
Simple
in
as
charge.
that. Simple as
Yeah,
that.
Brad's role as assistant to me was to remind me to do that.
Well,
and he didn't do it.
I was too scared. I got voted a cow for not being an AGM.
It's all about delegation.
Yeah.
Pretty sure the AGM was when Josh delegated it to you.
Yeah.
Your fault for not being there.
Also, second complaint, I'd like to give a shout out to the
How long's this list?
The coward Patrick Wall. What the fuck, Puck? Where were you, dog? He's like, oh yeah, I can't make it because I've got a work thing come up. Oh, what did they open up a new fucking Krispy Kreme next to the station? You fucking dog.
He heard some minorities were having a little bit too much fun.
Yeah. He heard Josh was going to be there and he just couldn't trust himself.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
One more.
Any more complaints? Any more complaints? Where's your third? You surely got three.
Yeah, I got no complaint. Matt Robinson, pick a different costume, you fucking dog.
Yeah.
I did rate the glove though. The glove was
the glove was
the glove. That's why I'm mad because the glove took it above mine.
Did you give the glove to Josh?
No.
Yeah.
I just shook his head.
Yeah.
I didn't get it. Oh no, I get it now.
Yeah, come on, man.
I get it now. All right, let's go team by team. How we're going to do this year is we're going to look at the draft board, starting with the Flash, and we're going to go team by team, and we're going to give a bit of a overview on it.
Just gave me nothing. Gave me nothing.
Are we giving teams sort of like a rating out of 10?
You can say whatever you want to say.
Yeah, you can give him a rating out of 10 every team.
This is the wrong.
Brad, why are you in the Flash?
That's Sean's team.
Sean's team.
I don't know why it's me, but it's Sean's team. Look, I'll start. If you remember anyone, we did a sort of like a team of the week sort of segment from last year on the future draft. And I gave Riz the big wrap up saying he'll be team of the draft, and then he blew it on the third pick. So yeah.
And then picked a better tight end in the fifth.
And then picked a better tight end in the fifth. So yeah, it's good work getting a steal of a value on the quarter.
Do you reckon he watched the mock draft that we did? Because he stacked the tight ends here.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard of that until I saw you do it.
Could have been inspired, but he picked the wrong two. And then look.
And then goes into Dak.
Yeah, look, he started off with Caffrey, can't go wrong, and then he followed it with the bloke who hasn't trained all preseason, could be traded, doesn't know if he's going to be traded yet. If he gets traded, it's probably going to be a worse spot. And then just I don't know if there's a good pick after it except for Laporta. So it's not good, Riz.
Yeah, I mean, Demon's pretty good, and Najee is stonks now that Warren's down as well. But I think that'll be like a split backfield anyway, even if somebody comes in to fill that out. Yeah, Keon Coleman's kind of exciting. Gus Edwards as well could be a value pick.
Someone's got to do something at Buffalo, so could be a chance.
It's just weird seeing the first pick go to somebody other than Dougal and it be Christian McCaffrey. It's weird seeing the best player go in the first pick.
It's fucked, isn't it?
I don't rate it.
Oh,
yeah, that's not Flash behavior.
No,
how did we rate Shawnee's first draft? Obviously, Brad, you probably had a bit more insight into how the great man was taking to NFL fantasy.
The few days leading up to it, he was a very worried man. Just going off the fact that he knew next to nothing other than Chiefs players and Tyreek, an ex-Chiefs player. So he was pretty stoked that he got him. But then I think up to like the fifth pick, I was sort of in his ear a little bit, giving a little bit of advice, and then after that, he was just had his sleeper set up. Maybe Robbo was helping him. I don't know.
I was about to say, I think Braff really did not help him all that much.
Yeah.
I think he
I'm
really,
happy to hear that, actually.
yeah, I think he really hindered him. He made him more confused because he
Yeah.
got told, don't take the same players. And here I'm saying, oh, have your stack with, like, have a handcuff with Raheem Mostert. He's like, no, Brad's told me not to pick anyone from the same, blah, blah,
He's
blah.
got Tyreek as well. That's
And then, and I was like, and you've got Tyreek. I said, you'll have to trade something, but I'm sure you'll be fine.
it's
But
not the
yeah,
worst option. having
I
those.
said, look, it just felt here. That's the way you've got to take it. Sometimes you just got to take the best player. I actually quite like his team, but that also helps because I did help a lot more than what Braff did. So yeah, I quite like his team.
Right. So Sean
did-
really
Could've been worse.
benefited from having two dads at this point in time.
Yeah.
I did say to
correct.
Sean on the night, it just kind of feels like right that Travis Kelce's in his team.
Yeah,
He
fucking
is a
oath it
very
does.
Travis Kelce coded man.
JB.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jason's brother.
Sure.
I'm
This-
glad you
I
got
think
it,
it's a
Brad.
great
this
team.
is another complaint that I have about the draft. And I said this to Josh on the night. When you footy boys are all fucking talking and giving each other nicknames, I turned to Brad, I turned to Josh, and I was just like, at some point they're just saying fucking syllables, like these aren't names.
Yeah, how are you, mate?
Well, when we're calling them Lems, I guess, and when Clem rocked up as Clem, I think it would have really made us.
It's like
Yeah.
Pledgy and he's Brongo. Oh, you know Stenger. Like it's like, what the fuck are you talking
It's
about?
like, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Why would I know what you're talking about?
It
I think
needs to
that's
make
just-
sense, boys.
Yeah, I just think-
Another benefit of the night, I think, was Kobe bringing in that rule about talking about footy because
Yeah.
I wasn't here for it.
Didn't need to have it. Didn't need to have it.
Yeah, no, I think Sean's team looks really good. I quite like the stack. I think if you're gonna stack anyone, do the most high-powered offense, and one of the biggest question marks on the board in Achan, like you might as well have him early and then get his handcuff. Like, the guy that has the Dolphins record of touchdowns that
Yeah.
McDaniels was just feeding for the sake of getting him that
Feeding,
record.
yeah.
For the most it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have
Cool.
to agree, Tommy. On to the next one.
The staff man,
Who's that?
Droffer.
Ah,
Drofsky.
Droff.
Do we
The
know-
Droff man.
Do we know who drafted his team? I
Still
can't.
don't fucking
Clem.
know. Listen to
Clem.
these
Clem
fucking
did?
names.
Yep, C Lem.
So Tom,
Nathan.
Surely you know-
Nathan did. Nathan.
no, Droffer because he's.
I did appreciate that.
Yeah, no, I
The-
got
This is-
that.
Yeah.
I did
That-
appreciate that Clem would call Droffer in between every pick.
Oh,
like,
God,
couldn't do
it made our
couldn't do
draft
it any
go
other
so much
way.
slower. It went so much slower. He's like, oh, is this guy there? No, he's gone. Is this guy there? No, he's gone. Just video
Tell me
him.
who is
FaceTime
there.
video him. Like,
Ah.
oh.
No, he didn't do a bad job though. Good wide receivers. Took the quarterback early. Got his tight end sorted, and then just filled up.
I will
Yeah.
say, could have waited on Stroud.
I was just about to say, I think he went a bit early there.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
could
also,
have waited.
I think he's potentially made the Josh Stewart error of thinking that Cooper Cup's not washed.
Cooper Cup is not washed. Let's wait until we get to my team before we start name dropping me.
Whoa.
Hey, everybody else has had him on their team. I want to go too.
Did you go get Mike Evans as well then, Josh?
No, I to be honest, I should have gotten Mike Evans in that spot, but I took Cooper Cup.
Yeah. Probably should have.
Personal bias. My brand is too strong.
A lot of influence. Yeah, it's true.
But I do think his team, and maybe because there's a few matching players to mine, but I think his team is pretty strong. Like you said, he did the top part of the bracket really well. Obviously, maybe reached on Stroud like when Jackson was still on the board, and maybe a more running based quarterback. But we've spoken now that like at the AGM we changed the way that scoring works slightly to prioritize a little bit more passing from our quarterbacks as well. So we can't see just yet what impact that'll have on scoring. So obviously Stroud is a pocket passer, and like that offense is like super powered in terms of receivers. So yeah, that could work out really well for Droffer.
I think it's fucking insane that he's managed to get George Kittle as the 4th tight end taken.
You
I
reckon?
was just about to ask the same thing. I don't think he's going to do much.
Are you saying it's a steal, Tom?
I'm saying he's better than McBride and Laporta.
Oh, hang on. Or Laporta, I don't know about that.
Offense wise, I'm not sure.
Mm.
Oh, I think Kittle
Well, if
blocks
Ayuk goes,
blocks
then
too well
maybe,
too much. Yeah, but a lot of ifs right there, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
Right.
still think they've got too many more other mouths to feed before Kittle gets involved.
Well, he was the tight end too last year, so he's obviously
Yeah.
we know he's a gun. So
Yeah, it was off one game.
still got the amount of points to finish
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I'm hearing you.
No, he's done well. I like his team, and like just you said, Josh.
Yeah, I
just
think it's
to
decent.
add on to that, if you like somebody, this is a
Go get
made
him.
up team.
Yep,
Just give
go
it
get
you
him.
like.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
will
ultimately
admit,
you've got to watch these players, like especially someone like Stroud who's buys in round 14. Like that's 13 rounds of football where you don't even have to worry about your quarterback. You just get to watch the experience.
how exciting would that be? Waking up early and watching Stroud just do
Tell you
his
what,
thing.
last year it was great.
Oh, I bet. I bloody bet.
Tommy, do you want to take us through Kelly? Give us a bit of background as well on obviously Ryan introduced you to the league, but you guys have a relationship as well.
I haven't spent a lot of time around Kelly, but I do know her.
All right, so why do we get this guy on the pod?
I don't fucking know. Why did you get me on the pod? I was saying before, I'm like, why didn't you get Billy? Billy knows what you're fucking talking about.
Billy's unavailable.
Yeah, that makes
So you were the
busy.
second option. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Second's still pretty good.
Yeah. Yep. You've started strong, especially with your complaint department.
Yeah, I'm always happy to complain on air. Look, let's look at Kelly's team. Look, Saquon straight off the bat. That's just go Birds. She's a big Eagles fan, and she's gone a little bit early. But as we said, as you just said, if you like someone, go get them.
Yep, you like your guys.
Kamara is an interesting call.
Why just skip over the second pick, Tom?
2024. What was that? Sorry.
Why just skip over the second pick?
Because I think Adams is an alright pick.
Okay.
I think Kamara is a weird pick.
Hang on. Okay. Braf, let's just back up a bit.
Can I ask
Braf,
you a question?
where do you have the issue on this? Where's your issue?
I want to know what you're trying to hint at.
Yeah. Explain to us.
So last year he wasn't really that good, and now he's going to be worse.
Why?
Doesn't have a
Quarterbacks
quarterback.
are worse.
Damn, I thought you were going to say because he was going to be worse.
No, he's going to be open heaps, but they're not going to be able to hit him.
Yeah.
Who is their quarterback? Aiden
The
O'Connell?
Midge. The Midge.
Oh, Gardner Minshew.
He's going to be heaps better.
With Kelly,
Actually, one bit of Kelly insight that I will give is so Kelly's obviously a pretty big football fan, but her dad specifically is a massive, massive fan.
Yeah.
And so her dad plays fantasy football, and so she got all her dad's cheat sheets for this.
Oh, nice.
So all of her insider knowledge has come directly from her dad in the States.
Is that the one that's also been paired up? Is that the
co-manager?
Co-manager?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So we're in for a fight.
Quite possibly.
Okay.
But then I look at the team and I think, well, maybe not. But also I look at the division and I think, well, I don't have to worry about it.
That is true, Tom. This is not our
He's got jokes. He's got jokes, this guy.
And he's back on the pod. Yes.
Oh,
yeah. I think,
God.
like you said, Tommy, like if you can get the boys you want. My only question is like, did Kelly have to draft fourth? Like, whereabouts in the game did she end?
I was about to say, didn't she finish pretty much close to last? So I think she got given fourth, and that was it.
Yeah.
Off the top of my head, I'm pretty
that
sure.
Makes a bit more sense.
Yeah. So reach for your guy. I don't mind that. I can cop that. Like, you got to watch him for 16 weeks of the year.
What do we think of Kyler Murray? Is that quarterback pick there?
I would have gone with Richo, but
the pick there, the player, good.
I probably would have gone Richo or Prescott first.
Oh, I can't stand that.
Prescott. Yeah.
No,
I think just Kyler's running upside is so high. Whereas, like, if we're gonna take him against Dak, like, I wouldn't take Dak, but like I would get a Dak-like player in like the 13th, and by that I mean I would get Jordan Love.
Yeah, which is what Ryan did.
Yeah. You're probably better off waiting at that point, aren't you?
Yeah,
probably still going to be there somewhere around.
Yeah, you
just like I look at the next 4 or 5 players that were taken after Murray, and I think I'd rather have any of those guys on my team than reach that early for Kyler Murray.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. But again, like, what else is there? Maybe you might have to scramble a fair bit.
Yeah.
Moving into,
I was going to say, do you know if she's ever done fantasy before this?
I don't know.
Yeah, so that could
oh,
also play into it. We
Could be a
remember
factor.
yeah, do you
first
remember
year-
when we first started?
first year jitters, people taking players differently. Like,
Yep. And as well, there's been some changes with scoring as well, so
Yeah,
that makes it
absolutely.
tough too. So yeah, no, that's fair point. Fair point.
I feel like
All
I've shat all over this team. I actually don't hate this team. I really want. I feel like I'm just.
The running
put me
upside
out
is
to dry by
huge.
making me go first, and I feel like I had to be controversial. I actually overall don't hate the balance of this team.
Yeah, the balance is quite strong, and like Jake Elliott is good. Like I'm talking about kickers and defense, but like that's a good pair. And then you've also got, if you're banking that hard on Philly, you might as well get the kicker as well. Like Kamara, Cook, like all of these guys have running upside. Zay Flowers has huge potential as well.
Yeah, I think I like the way that she went with 3 running backs in the first 4 rounds.
Yep.
Yeah,
I think that's
some of the
probably
receivers I'm not as sold on.
yeah.
Like as you kind of stretch a little bit further down, but the running backs I think are really strong. To get Cook in the 4th as well, I think is a good pick.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that.
especially with how Buffalo's set up now.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
yep. He should be cooking.
Brad, do you want to take us through Dougal's team? Seeing as we
Oh,
Just
the
gonna let that
coward.
go. Just gonna let that go, Robbo.
Yeah, look, he didn't have number 1 pick and he didn't fumble it. Look, Bijan's a great get at 5, and to
A
follow
great
up with Kyron as well. He's got RB for the carry. It's a very solid start. There's questions on Kyron, but you can't knock the talent and how good of a year he had last year.
You just got to back that in, don't you?
Yeah,
You just got to back it in.
he's gone set and forget with his quarterback as well, just taking on, not having to worry about it till week 12, that 1 week where he's off.
Yep.
And then he's just throwing for upside on the receivers. I think like Waddle, we've seen how good Miami is. His potential to finish top 10. He did it 2 years ago with Tyreek. T Higgins, if Jamar has anything happen to him, he's an instant top 10 player, and then just upside in the last 3 players. So that's all you can do once you get past like the sort of top 50, top 60 players, and he's done well.
I think the big thing, by the way, I'm pretty sure I said this bloke was me going to be my team, best team in the draft. I think you can tell because he's gone double running back at the start. He sat there and gone, one of the wide receivers got to be good in the middle of the pack somewhere. I'm just going to pick, as Brad said, upside. But my 2 RBs are going to stay there for the rest of the year. I'm going to hope they're healthy, and I'm just going to back it in.
Do we think that Dougal's actually like good at drafting football teams, but the last couple of years the pressure of the first overall pick has just made him shit the bed?
Yeah.
Because this is a good team.
This is a really good team.
I'll give you a bit of insider info as well. He's already taken off every Monday till the end of the year.
That's good.
That's unreal. Or it might even be the whole fantasy season, but I know it's definitely till the end of the year. Like, it might be the whole season. But yeah.
Well,
I can't wait to check my phone and just see poo critic.
Well, championship game is like New Year's, so he'll be watching every game, every Monday, every red zone if he wants to.
Yep. Oh, he will be.
I was going to touch on the point, Tom, you made about him being drafting or good at drafting. I'm pretty sure I remember him last year telling us, or 2 years ago, telling us how good Russell Wilson and Colton Sutton are going to be. And this is Kyle Pitts' year, so maybe not.
Yeah, fair. Although it was his first year in the league though as well, so maybe it keeps on going.
It does.
In saying that, what number 1 pick has been like whoever's picked first? What's been the best good draft from number 1?
Adrian Peterson back in the day.
But I mean like a team at the end of the day, because you pick the best player, then you get nothing till right at the end.
Yeah.
What team looks good? I don't know one. I couldn't tell you the last team.
Kobe didn't have first overall last year, did he?
No, I did.
And Brad's team was shit.
Finished third. Beat Tom.
No, I don't remember that.
All right,
pull it up if you want.
No. Whoa. You just come down over there.
We'll leave it.
So, all right. Well, that answers my question then. If you finish third, I just was purely. Yeah.
But I made a lot of moves.
Curious.
Draft board is different. Anyway, Jack Williams. What do we think?
Yeah, so he's
he
gone
can
with a
dance.
bit of the inverse strategy and gone wide receiver into 2 running backs, and then his QB.
Which I will admit, I actually quite like his first 5
God,
picks.
it looks sexy on paper, doesn't it?
I'm worried about Garrett Wilson, but that's only because he plays for the Jets. Like Garrett Wilson himself, I go, oh, what a pick!
Yeah.
But he plays for the Jets.
Depends
That's
how
my biggest issue.
alive Aaron Rodgers is by the first 9 minutes of week 1.
I heard he's back on the ayahuasca in the cabin retreats. Just dark.
Yeah, no,
Locked
I
in.
love it. I think the upside of that is massive. Like the
Yep.
Jets as well, like considering
They
that,
might be relevant. They may be
yeah,
relevant.
if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, like even if they're not, like for fantasy reasons, they will just feed this guy to try and keep him happy. It's like the same thing that they did with Brees Hall last year. Like they'll just give their guys the ball because they want them to hang around. Yeah, I think this team on paper looks fucking awesome. Like
Harrison Butker in the 11th round. This man does not like women. He's married. He has a kid. He does not care about women's
he's
rights.
a very traditional. I heard he didn't have
And he
sex until
loves
marriage.
kicking.
He loves-
He was
That is funny.
Well, he
That is
took-
also something that we didn't touch on with Dougal, that he went the kicker in the 11th round and didn't wait till the traditional 12, 13.
12 and 13
no, I rate
combination.
it. Got to reach for Tucker.
Yeah, he wanted his guy.
You don't need to reach for Butker, but you definitely need to reach.
Yeah, and then Jack panicked.
Yeah, he's all, but they're going.
Also, he's made the interesting call. He's a Kyle Pitts truther.
He is a garbage
Which
truth.
you love to see.
Yeah, I was actually scanning the board when you guys mentioned him a second ago to be like, where did Kyle Pitts go? And I was like, wow, he's not on here.
He's clearly like the dead center of the board.
He's there. He's there. Look, it's a fine spot. After the top six, you'd say it doesn't really matter.
I was about to say it's a dart throw from there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right. And top six, that's still being generous on the tight end position.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you'd say
I-
they're like the consensus first 6 names off the board, you'd say. So that's
Yeah, you'd probably say the top 5, and then you're just hoping for upside from Kincaid, and then the rest of them are all dart throws.
Yeah, but I think this is also a pretty good looking team. The receiving room is pretty nice as well. Like McLaurin, Stonks have gone up. They've traded out Dotson. Obviously, they're not a great
rookie QB.
not a great QB, and also a running rookie QB. But at the same time, it's like they've got to feed the boy. So
He's the one.
Christian Watson also has massive upside, was injured all last year and then finished, I think, in the top 10 wide receivers towards the end when he actually started playing despite his hamstring.
He's just going to be healthy. That's going to be the big thing, isn't it? If he can stay on the park, then that's probably could potentially be the steal of the draft.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that,
Richardson so highly too. So
Yeah.
I think this is a really quite solid team.
also just another watchability factor for like having Chase, Wilson, Richardson on your teams. Like this is a fun one to kind of load up.
I'm really excited to see how Jack manages to balls this up.
This is going to be the first time that we've probably talked good of his team at a draft.
Yeah,
Considering
Robbo's going to hit him up for a trade as soon as we get off this call.
No.
And he's gonna have to wait, 3.5 weeks to Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're going to
No,
send him a
but then-
bank transfer with the details in it.
Hey mate, just saw this. What are you talking about? And then goes.
Now, normally he turns around and says, "Oh, no, I think I like my guys."
Nice.
Hey, gotta like you guys.
Jack, your
More
team's
gotta like
crap.
us.
I wouldn't sit on him. All right, if you can move him, go.
All right.
Absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so I think we didn't end up doing the numbers system, but yeah, I think like the hot or not, Jack's team, pretty hot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, hot.
On to Billy's team. Jefferson
this-
slipping to the seventh
Seventh
pick.
pick.
Is this the
That-
oldest team that Billy has ever drafted?
Have to be. Would have
Has
to
to
be.
be.
Like, look at
It's
the
not a
age
single-
of that team.
Not a single rookie.
Not a single rookie.
Maybe
this
he
is
learned his
Billy's
lesson.
year. Maybe
Billy
this
might-
is his year.
Billy actually might try and get out of the main game. In saying that,
Yeah, he
0
might.
7 might have fucked him. It may have changed his whole strategy.
I think he's just sick of every time he like comes up to me at soccer on like a Saturday morning and talks to me about fantasy football. I say, "Oh, sorry, I don't talk to people in your division." Or something like that. So I think it's finally worn him down enough that he actually try this year.
You know the scene out of The Office where Angela walks up to Dwight and they're at the casino and he's just like, "Fuck." You're like, whoa, where'd you come from?
So in terms of the obviously Jefferson falling, I think is really helpful thanks to Saquon
Yep.
going early.
You can't
Yeah.
not take him, can you?
Yeah, and then
seven.
backing it
Yeah.
up
Can't
with
not.
Henry, who also might get a ton of touches on
it's
the
a-
Baltimore. They've re-upped their O-line as well, so that team is going to look pretty strong.
It's a
Yep.
high floor pick.
Oh, yeah.
Into Debo, who might be the obviously outside of McCaffrey, the number one wide receiver at San Fran into Mahomes. Like this is really strong start.
Very solid.
Yeah, even Kenny Walker and Devonta Smith. Like Smith may be going down with the Dotson thing, but you probably wouldn't worry about that at this stage now. But yeah, really high upside on all of these guys.
Even got a stack in there with Mahomes and Rice. Like nothing, no news and anything about Rice being suspended, and it's this close to the season where you don't think something like we would have heard about something more.
You've just jinxed him. You've literally just jinxed him.
Nah.
Didn't they just release somebody's getting suspended, right? Who is it? I want to say I don't want to say Zay Flowers, but like somebody's getting.
I fucking hope it's not.
Oh, was it Addison?
No, he's dead. I think I did see what you were talking about. I don't think it was anyone on the Chiefs there, but I did see someone who's getting suspended for some sort of. It was like 5 games too.
Yeah.
No, anyway.
Zay Jones.
We're not a new. Yeah, Zay Jones. There you go. Cardinals.
Okay.
No, but just good upside having a good stack with Mahomes, especially with the new passing scoring, and then just trying to put something together with his last couple of picks. But yeah, I definitely like this side more than he seemed to like his side last year.
Yeah, I also like the way that he balanced his wide receiver into running back into wide receiver into QB. Like anytime I try and do that, I fuck it up. This actually looks really nice.
I'm honestly quite scared. Like this is probably the safest floor team, I reckon.
No low scores, you reckon?
No, I don't reckon there'll be. I've said it now. I've probably done him in, but yeah, I think his first 4 picks, you can't get much better than that.
Yeah,
I think the
might
best
be a
way
bit of
around
selection issues.
to not be intimidated by this team is to not get relegated. But that's just
true. It's true. I don't fear this team at all.
All right, into Wheelsy.
Hey. Good old Skeepers.
Look, he rocked up what?
Old
half an hour before we started drafting, so he's done well.
Yeah.
I would have been very, very.
He literally rocked up as we were
were
assigning what pick he wanted to have.
Yep.
Yeah. It's a very bold strategy he's done as well.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Very
so bold. He's going hero RB.
What a fall, by the way. Brace at the 8. That's a great pick.
And then wide receivers up until the 7th pick.
Yeah, that's
Look, he's grabbed 5 teams number 1, so that's good. And I don't think any of them will be like bottom 10 offenses, so that's also good.
And then he's gone in and gotten a passing quarterback in Love, and then Ramondre Stevenson, who is an RB1, but also on the worst offense in the NFL.
He's fucking shit.
I can't believe Joe Burrow. I'm just looking at. He's the last quarterback taken in this draft.
I know.
That's astonishing.
And it was by an auto draft.
Yeah, that's like. Oh, mate, you got last quarterback. Oh, who is he? Oh, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow. Oh, damn.
I mean, that's Riz getting his boy though. Like, I think looking at the board, that's literally just Riz getting his boy in the 6th.
I think he could have waited. Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't wait to take it. Like, if he took it on the 7th, then maybe it would look a little bit better.
7-1, yeah.
Yeah, rather than
should have just taken him in the 11th.
I think it's the fears. Not to get off sweepers here, but the fears of drafting at the 1, waiting. What is it? 19 picks.
Yep.
But yeah, Sweeper's team, it's fucking, super modernized, pass catching, all about the pass, and then just try to get the number 1s on teams to run the ball. We'll see how many points his RB2 scored this year, but it's
in saying that though, if he can package something up though, if he can package up two of those wide receivers and try and get a running back, or if he gets lucky and gets one off the waiver, or because it'll become an absolute shit show by week 3, the running back situation, and there'll be a heap of reserves in there and everything like that. So yeah, I can't see this being an issue. Week 1, week 2, probably an issue.
Like, not to get too ahead of where we're at or anything, but I'm looking at the rest of this draft board. And he somehow has the worst running back team, despite Marty having 1 running back. That's actually fucked.
I'd be pretty happy to take Breece Hall over.
Yeah, but then you have to play Ramondre as well, though.
That is the issue.
Yeah, that is the issue. You're right.
Oh god, yeah, that's a good point, Tom. Oh dear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, first time drafting. I don't know. You did
Yeah.
good till you didn't.
Hey, should we
Again, another first timer.
should
Top of the
we
chin.
throw it to you, Mr. Robinson, to talk about your own team?
Hey, just a quick question. What if you can remember, what preference did you have? Because I think you were early up there. You didn't have number. You had number one preference,
Number one. Oh,
and you went
do you
9.
want me, do you want me to tell you my reasoning?
You mocked good.
Mock was pretty good at 9, but do you tell me my initial reasoning? I went, I could go in the middle somewhere, but then I'm sort of stuck there. It was good for a 16-team league, but that was it. But I'm pretty confident someone here will fuck something up. That
And
was
then what
my
happened?
Well, I thought a couple of people fucked some things up. I'm worried about Jefferson, so I didn't want to be in that middle section and have to take him. So I'm happy with that. Saquon was taken too early, so I'm also happy with that, which then allows me to get Amon-Ra and Jimmy Gibbs. So again, I think I'm happy. Have the stack, don't worry about it. Detroit love to do everything, so yeah, all about it.
Yeah, stacking the first 1-2 is super interesting. But again, like Dan Campbell offense, just super exciting. If you add that watchability factor into it, like ultimately at the end of the day, you've got to want to watch your team.
Yeah,
I think you've done a pretty good job.
That's the idea. I think I hated one pick that I had, which was Aaron
Can
Jones.
I guess Aaron Jones?
7th. Yep. Yep. It was it the fact that I told everyone about it. That I
No,
hated
it's just
it.
the fact that I hated
No,
having Aaron Jones on my team
stinks.
last year.
Yeah. Yep. And I don't like. I can see him going and can see him being dropped pretty early on, but I'm happy with with me running backs later on in Chubb and Brooks as well. I think one of them will do something. Like Chubb's just an upside pick. Just hope for the best. Hope his knee stays intact.
He's 10th round. Like
yeah,
at that point, it's all upside at 10th round.
Especially when you have such a solid first 2 running backs that like you can afford to take a punt, right?
And that's the idea. And like I'm thinking DJ Moore, like Chicago, another exciting sort of a time for them because they've been irrelevant for years, and it's the first time that they've actually looked like they might have a chance of doing something. So DJ's been paid, so I think he can keep doing some things. Xavier Worthy's just a rookie that you're trying to see if there's upside. Hopefully, he gets six or 8 targets at best. So yeah, so I like where I'm sitting, but yeah, as you know, hopefully there's a lot to move on. Yeah, I think I've got enough trade capital to
and of course we
hold some
like you're
boys in.
saying, we know that this team will look pretty different come round 3. So yeah, you've definitely got enough pieces to move.
In saying that, I probably should just sit on my team, considering if I just sat on my team, I wouldn't be in this situation.
That's 2020.
Yep.
So very happy taking the 9th pick. That's really cool that you got the first preference. And
yep,
I would not have picked the 9th pick.
Yeah,
like
not many men have the cojones to do that. So.
Yeah.
Well, in saying that, I'd be happy to see. Do you reckon it was a pass or a fail from you boys?
I think it's a pass. Definitely.
I think it's a very solid pass. I think it's a really good team.
Yeah, like
team. Yeah.
Getting Hurts is great. Like the 2 like set and forget running backs as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown just for like the X factor of that, as well as also having a really safe floor for wide receiver is really exciting. I'm in love with DJ Moore in the 5th at the end of the 5th round as well. Like that was one of the players that I walked into the draft really wanting to get, and I didn't get him. So I'm very jealous that you have him.
I'll let you know how it goes all through the year if it's good.
That's
DJ Moore watch.
Yep.
Yeah, and then obviously like towards the back end, just having that upside sort of stuff, like even if it is waiver wire fodder, it is fun just to kind of have a bit of reason to check your team.
I also think, even though like we talk waiver wire fodder, but I also think you've got, even in those last few sort of picks, like your Nick Chubbs and your Brooks and stuff like that, I think you've still got some decent trade bait in there as well.
Like, yeah, I'd hope so. That's the plan anyway. That's the idea of it. So
I mean, having 5 running backs and moving into a team that only has 1.
That's the other side of it.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the other side of it. I can look, Marty, if you want Aaron Jones, I'm happy for you to take him off my hands.
That's so funny.
Hey,
so
one running back, 2 tight ends. That's called Euro style, baby.
Was Marty's team actually auto drafted or did
Auto
somebody take
drafted.
the reins?
No, Zave
He
was
just said
too
who's next
busy.
highest rated.
Yep, he goes. Zave was too busy focusing on his own team. So God, I hope that he picked a fucking good team because he left his number 2 team in the dark.
Yeah, shit.
I gave him multiple opportunities to take the reins back over, and it was a no.
So for Zave specifically, the issue was that he didn't bring a laptop, and so he was following the draft order of the MAMS division on his phone and couldn't then have another draft board open for the Flash division. And I know that that's a shit excuse, and I can see your hand, Robbo, and that's probably exactly
Matt.
what you
Matt, do you
say.
have a question?
Did I bring a laptop? Answer no. Did I do the same for Pat? Answer yes.
Oh,
Yeah, but your team's in the second division, so it doesn't actually matter if you draft well.
But by the sounds of it, I hope Zave's in the second division next year, so then he can draft 2 teams in the same league. Then he can follow along.
Yeah.
actually, no. I hope Marty's back. You know, we
Yeah,
want to see
Marty,
this
just
great man.
fucking come home.
I'd love to meet
wanna
this
see him.
Marty guy.
Yeah. I want to also have a party.
He looks like he's
I
having
like
a
the
lot of
idea
fun.
a party.
He's probably got some
Yeah.
stories.
I will just
One or
say,
two, you reckon? 1 or 2 stories.
Off
I'd say 3 or 4.
off the auto draft, getting the super talent in Malik Neighbours and Joe Burrow as a last quarterback is not too bad.
That's
to
pretty
be
good.
in a spot. You
Yep.
know, I think
If
most
you were gonna
rounds have
tweak-
Neighbours high up. He's got him at the 6, so we'll
Yep.
take that.
If you're gonna tweak something, let's say we wanted to get him a second RB, who's out for who's in?
Alave for any one of those round
Yep.
4 running backs.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Round
That's a
4,
great call.
even round 5, put Kenny Walker in there
Kenny,
too. Yeah,
Alave out anyone after that.
Yep.
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah, would have to agree with that. I'll give you Aaron Jones for a lover. Happy.
All right, guys, we are gonna
serious.
wrap
Bit serious.
up the what is this? The MEMS, the Flash division.
Flash.
By
Whoa.
Whoa,
You mean the main game?
by doing, are we gonna do
Zero
MVPs
viewers.
The Magoos.
and busts for these guys? We should, right?
Yeah.
We can do it pretty quick.
Yeah. All right. Brad, do you want to start us off? You're at the top of my screen.
Yeah, it's cool. My bust, look, based on the fact that he got number 1 and then blew it, I'm going to give it to Riz. And my MVP is he's had a turn of form. I'll give it to the Coward. He did very good on the 5th pick. I like his team a lot.
My bust rolling into that is Marty, is Zave masquerading as Marty.
Zai.
And then my team, I think, is Jack. Like, I just really like Jack's team. I think that's easy for me.
I'll go next. I actually gonna say me team is Sean's team because I helped picked it.
He helped picked it.
Yep.
I helped picked it.
Yep. I'm gonna stick by that or sticked by that.
Thank you.
And then what is it? The bust. I'm gonna say Dougal because he didn't get number 1 pick.
That's nice. That's really good.
I think for me, my bust is actually Brandon. Sorry, bud. I know you rocked up after a pretty rough day, but I'm just going to kick you while you're down. I'm going to use your own giant boot against you. Yeah, don't rate that team. And my MVP, yeah, I think I've probably got to say that my MVP is going to be Dougal.
Great
Nice.
man.
Really
Big
like that team.
boot
Howard.
to fill for
Yeah,
Dougal.
imagine having bloody multiple MVPs or best
To
drafted
finish in the
teams.
bottom half.
And wow. Well, I'm not even going to finish what I was going to say. No, anyway, we can finish this. This is going to end. All right.
All right.
I can't wait for you boys to go do your own other stupid fucking draft. I'm not participating.
I did like his outfit,
Oh,
by the way,
good.
Dougal. I believe he was Merv.
He
with
looks
the-
great.
He
Yeah, it
looked
looked
really
phenomenal. Do you know the best part about it was that he actually
Does he not
had
normally
to-
have that? I thought he always has that.
He
Nah.
has a mustache. Just,
No,
He
no,
absolutely
yeah.
should have that normally. It was a real powerful look.
Well, he got a lift with me and Clem. So he met us at the footy club.
Yeah.
So we made him go buy a beer for himself at the footy club in his whites.
That's
And
pretty
there was some looks to
Good
be
job.
There's some
had.
questions. A few questions.
There were some looks to be had.
Put the
All
club
right,
right on Dougal.
Guys, we're going to press pause there and we will see you a little bit later in the week for the MAMS draft recap.
We love
Main
that.